Howdy everybody and welcome to Craft Your Stash. Yeehaw! Welcome to Crafters TV. Makes me want to speak like that music, didn't it? It's like it has got a very sort of, I don't know, barn dancey sort of feel to it, hence the introduction. Hello everybody. Welcome to the show, Monday. I hope you're doing okay, hope you're well, hope you're looking forward to Christmas. It's a week today, can you believe? Where has the time gone? The year's flying over. We've had a fantastic day so far. If you missed Wake Up Call this morning, you won't know a couple of things. You won't know that our winter sale has started. We officially launched that this evening at 6 o'clock here in the UK. That's 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, where up to 75% off. Over the course of the launch show, you're going to see lots of our sort of favourite goodies, lots of the best deals that we think are there. However, on the website, you're going to see lots and lots and lots of other items that perhaps we won't touch on, that we won't get around to. And I believe this is running up until, I think it's the 2nd of January. It certainly goes into 2024. So there will be new bits and pieces added, but look at some of the deals so far. And also, just bear in mind as we go through and flick through some of the items on the screen, some items have already sold out. 2 for me there, second row, 2 and 3 across. Those multimedia dies, what a steal. What a steal. £4.99 for the squares, £4.99 for the circles. They should be 25 quid a pop. That is a ridiculous. So you can get both for a tenner when you should be paying 50 quid. Snap those up before they sell out. We've got paper pads in there. We've got our collector's edition pens, you can see. We've got storage as far as Totally Tiffany's concerned. There's, look at that luxury foiled acetate from this year, the Winter Woodland, £7.99. We are having a laugh here, aren't we? We've got Sentiment Dice and the Vintage Snowman under £2. And these prices are all before your discounts as well. The Karen Buddy Bag, £5.59. That's part of a Totally Tiffany bundle that we've got for you as well, which you might want to jump in for. Those little key rings, £2. Vintage Rose paper pad, 6x6, £4. Crafters Inspiration magazines, £6. Look, there's a couple of sellouts for you there. Colours of Summer is gone. We've got the 12 Days of Christmas toppers. There's tons in it. Honestly, you need to get in and check them out. Even some stuff that I've never seen before. That's sold out, actually. The Make Christmas with Sarah Baubles. What else have we got in here? There's that jigsaw. You're joking me? No, we had it on earlier. The 44-piece jigsaw multimedia die. I mean, just have a good look through and get those deals before they disappear, because it is going to be a super duper busy old show, methinks. So there is that to tell you. And also the other thing I needed to tell you, this show is just a 1 hour show. We are here for 1 hour on Craft Your Stash. It's all about the foil press. All right, so it's your opportunity if you're in the US to get the foil press. We don't have it available in the UK. We have a few foil press stamps to bring to you as well, but this is mainly, I think, for, well, those in the US who have it, who don't have it. Oh, goodness sake, Ben. For those in the US that don't have it, and for those of you that do have it, whether you're in the UK, the US, or somewhere else, to get your questions in, to get it out and have a play with us, because I know so many people who have this machine bought it and are afraid to take it out of the box. So we need to dispel that fear and get those questions answered and get you playing with yours. Nice as well for the fact that, this is going to come out wrong, nice as well for the fact that we don't have Craig. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, because Craig is the foil press king, as we know. He always does these shows, so it's quite nice that we've got someone else's take on it, and that someone being, and can we just say she's been a real trooper today, not feeling particularly great, has a very husky, croaky voice, but she's here for you, answering all your questions. It is the wonderful Barnsley bombshell, Debby Robinson.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I will. It's starting to.
It sounds like it's coming back a bit.
Feels like a bit better.
Yeah.
I'm not in the same whispering tones that I was this morning, but yes, absolutely, I'm fine. It's just this. It's just left over from this horrible stinking cold I've had and everything else. But I am here for this hour. So any questions you want to ask, because I do know a lot of you have got it at home, and I know a lot of you haven't taken it out of your box. So if there's anything you want to ask, absolutely, please do, because we're here for this next hour. It's going to be little technique kind of things that I'm going to be showing you, the different materials that you can go on to as well. Some of you may already own quite a lot of our foil stamp dies or our foil cut and stamp dies, and again, not quite sure on what's what. I know our Craig has gone through hours and hours and hours of tutorials, which are still available online that you can get hold of, but it's just a little refresher on this one for you today.
Absolutely right. And do you know what? Please ask those questions. I will do my best if you're, not firing up with the questions to fire a few of the ones that you might ask Debbie. I will do the legwork for you. But come on, let's make it nice and interactive. You've got it for an hour. Thank you. Jamie in the gallery says he likes the old haircut. I had my haircut in between shows. And the lady, because normally now I do that with it, but the lady just went like that. I mean, she didn't make that noise, but she sort of did that.
I should hope she didn't.
Huh?
I should hope she didn't.
But she sort of left it like this. I don't know. Debbie says she quite likes it.
I do like it. It's fluffy.
Fluffy.
It looks fluffy. I love that fluffy look through air.
So shall I
like that?
Shall I wear it more like this then?
I think Laura's going to love it.
Do you?
I do. Yeah.
One wife has given it the seal of approval. Will the second one? Find out. I'm not here tomorrow. Find out on Wednesday. A few hellos as well. Hi to Sarah Brown, who says, hello again, Debbie and Ben. I hope you didn't talk during the break, Debbie.
No. I tried not to. I kept it to a minimum. Shut myself off in green room. Went to go and pick up something from the warehouse. But there were a couple of lads sat outside, so I had a little natter with them. But I kept it to a minimum.
Good.
Yes.
So we need all of the voice for this show and later. Just popped in to say, sending hugs from Melbourne, Australia before I get some sleep. It's now 2 a.m. I have to be out really early, so need my beauty sleep. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us. Hi, Jill from North Yorkshire. Hello, also Phil and Samantha and Kirsty D says, good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully the internet will stay so I can watch the show. Hi to Rhonda and Kimberly and Weeky Watchy. Hi also to Pat, who says, good morning from a rainy and windy New Jersey, decorating the Christmas tree whilst I watch a show. Nice. And Christy Mahoney says, hello, hello. Lois joins us from Ohio, and Rhonda says, good morning, Ben, Debbie, crew, Team Social, and all my incredibly crafty friends from a cold but sunny Oak Park. And Lois says, nice haircut, Ben. Thank you. Now, we're going to get into this. I won't say too much about the foil press, because I know Debbie will take you all around this, but if you're in the US, this is available. What you get in the box for $88 is everything that you're seeing here, all right? So you obviously get the machine itself. You're going to get your foiling platform. You're going to receive the top plate in here. Then you've got your metal shim and your silicone cooling mat. You've got your tweezers. You've got your finger grips. We give you a roll of foil in there as well. Plus, you've got 2 foil stamp and cut dies, 1 stamp die, and then, of course, your instruction manual and your power cord to go with that too. So you've got everything that you need right there to get going. I mean, you don't then need to get it and think, oh, I need more foil. We give you some foil to get you started. And whilst we've got a few of the foil stamp dies on the show today, again, you don't need to sort of buy extra because we give you those in the box. So everything that you need here really to get going. But let's talk about this. I feel a bit bad because you're going to have to talk a bit in this show, but for people who haven't seen the foil press before, without stating the obvious, what is this going to do for me? What can I do with this, Debbie?
It's literally going to give you the most professional looking foiling techniques that you might see on, do you know, like you go into luxury card shops and you see those high-end cards that have got that beautiful foiling.
Yeah.
You might see it on things like ribbons, onto things like acetate, onto all sorts of different things. Napkins, I love doing on napkins. You can do things like that on there. I'm trying my very best to keep my voice going. However, what you've got with this machine is it does all the work for you. You don't have to work out a single thing apart from what's a small die, what's a medium die, what's a large die. And that's kind of it. We give you a matrix little guide at the front of your book. So if I just pop that there for a second, you've got a little instruction booklet that'll talk about your, the kind of things that you're going to be able to foil with in terms of materials. And these foil stamp dies are things like this, and you might have already got things like this in your collection, which they don't die cut. They actually just press the foil into your chosen cardstock or material and give it that beautiful foiling. It's almost like embossing with foil, want of a better word. And then you've also got another section just down here that talks about foil and stamp cut dies, which we have got some on the show for those that haven't, and you'll see them in a different colour. So you can see the foil stamp is always like in a pale silver, but a foil cut and stamp is actually darker grey because that does both. It die cuts and it also foils at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about all those differences, but you do get an instruction booklet telling you and going through like I call it like not a Bible but a user guide.
Yeah.
Because it tells you about your heat and your pressure, about operating your Gemini, getting started into your hot foiling with the hot foil stamps, with metal dies. Can I just tell you, Ben, if all the metal dies that you've got in your collection, you are going to be able to turn into foiling because it's a very simple thing that you can do with this, and it means you're opening up a lot now, a potential in terms of what you can foil. Craig was talking about that gorgeous kingfisher wreath.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to ask our lovely Jake to get it out for me because we said we would foil it this week, today, because we knew this was coming up this show. But any metal die that you own, you can foil with as well. So you may have got some of these and not use them. That's absolutely fine. We'll talk you about those, but I'll show you what you can do in terms of unlocking that potential in your hot foil machine. And like I said, there's no... You don't have to work anything out, like I said, apart from the size of the dies, because A, we give you the book, B, if we take you around the machine, and I'm just going to just pop it here for a second because mine's already plugged in. I've had to turn it sideways. I'm really sorry, guys. I can't turn it the other way because this cable doesn't stretch with our electricity get point that we've got. But what you've got is your platform, your heat foil. This is the actual plate that does all the heating, that does all the foiling, and it has 9 separate heat pads underneath there. So it literally covers the whole of that platform, which I think is absolutely fabulous. You've got your on-off button, and then you have these 3 little temperature gauges here. This talks about the right temperatures. So you've got like a low, medium and a high setting. Everything becomes clear for anybody who's got this machine in terms of, like, can you see here the temp box, the purple box tells you. I will tell you, the majority of the times that you are going to use, you will only need to use this one here at the very bottom, which is the lowest temperature. These are usually for things like 100% cottons, things like real leather, because you can go on to denim and all those kind of things as well. So for decorative purposes, you can also decorate lots of your lovely like ribbons, materials that are out there. You can foil anything, to be fair, you can foil absolutely anything. Back to the counter though, this LED really makes it simple because you have like a minute counter here where you can pop your minutes on for how long you need it on your second side, and you've got your plus and your minus so you can reduce anywhere, and I'll talk you through that as we use it. You've got a reset button here so you can reset any of the time settings that you've got on your LED display, and then your start button, which is what will actually do the countdown once you've set it at that time. All the extra accessories that you are getting in here as well are like little safety features. So you've got like a cooling mat, you've got your little, and I call them the little pincers, they look like little...
Castanets.
Castanets, I like how you call them that. These are so that if you aren't good at holding anything with heat, I'm not too bad. But you, safety-wise, you've got a safety option there. And then the magnetic tweezers, I absolutely love these because they mean that you can pick your dies up and then simply release them just by undoing them. So they're absolutely magic, these. I absolutely love them. They're super smart, those. You're also going to get in there, I know you've just touched on it, Ben, but there's a reason why we've put this in here. You can see how much I love my Foilpress, because I've got lots of lovely foil all over it. This is your top plate, which is what I always use to trap eating when I'm foiling things. And then you've got this cutting plate. Now, I've already talked to you about these foil stamp dies, and then you've got those foil stamp and cut dies. This is when you need your metal shim, and it protects this, because if you're thinking about this particular die, this stamps, it foils, it embosses the foiling into it, but it also die cuts at the same time. So the last thing you want to be doing is damaging that plate, which is why that one is already included in your box too, and I'll explain a little bit more when we come to demonstrating with it. But it really is a simple, easy machine to use. I haven't got any samples with me, but I'm going to show you right now in terms of the kind of foiling that you can do and how sensational it looks. So, can I show you with the first one? Can we get started? Just so I can give you like clear how to use these. Like I said, you may have picked these up in the sale. I know a lot of people picked them up thinking, especially when they were really cheap, they thought that they were die cuts, you know, that you run through your die cutting machine and you die cut with them. You can't do that. You can emboss with them. But what they're meant for is this beautiful machine, and let me just show you why I love this. Now, when you get out of the box, you're going to put your cable into the back. There's a little flicker switch here that you're going to flick on, and all the LED lights will come on. Then you're going to press this button here. Now, when you press this button on, it's going to make a beeping sound. And then I always set it to that lowest one, so I'll just turn that off for a second. Straight away, mine's heated up because it's already been heating up while I've been talking to you, Ben. It takes a roughly between 3 to 4 minutes to get to that optimum temperature, and once that's done, it will beep, it will go green, and I know it's very difficult in these studio lights to see. This one will go green. The reason that stays red, it just means that it's switched on.
Yeah.
This one is the one that you're looking for, and it's lit up with this bright green little luminous light there. That means it's ready to go. Now, when you're trying to work out your dies, and we did say that we've got some small dies on the show today, which I'll talk to you about, but this is where you've got to try and differentiate. And if that fact, I'm just going to show you the 3 different ones here. That's the large one. That's a small one. And then we've got what I call a medium-sized one.
Yeah.
The reason I call it medium-size is whenever a rule of thumb that you're looking about this plate is that you need to work out what fills a third of the plate becomes a small die. That's when you know that you've got that one. The 2/3 of the plates is when you're going to switch to the medium setting, so the medium die, small die, medium die, and then obviously the largest one that we do,
the whole thing,
which is this one. Now, when you come to the large die, you're looking at the large section. So if I just cover that up for a time, and I'm using black matte cardstock to start with. You've got a few little guides here already with some. As Craig, if you'll have been watching Craig with the Foilpress machine, you'll know multiple different things. This list could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you can go on to. But I've got a 300 GSM cardstock, and the time it's telling me to set it to is 30 seconds. So I'm just going to bring this in for a second, and I'm going to show you how to put your seconds on. For those that have not used it before, you're going to put your finger onto this button, and then you're going to keep your finger on until it gets roughly to around the 30-second mark. I always try and go by what it tells you on the time in the book. It gives you a little bit of an indication, and it tells you the kind of things that you need. Now, when you're coming back to put this on, you're going to pop this onto the platform. You're going to bring in your top plate, and I'll just bring mine in for a second, and cover that up. And then we're going to press the start button. So right up it, can we just drop the L for a minute, guys? Just for a second. It's because it's very difficult to keep moving the machine back and forth. Thank you. We'll come back to those details in a moment for those of you. We're going to press the start button. And what's that doing? It's warming up that metal die. I always put my top plate on. I know Craig does. I've never, ever not done it without. There's different experts do it differently. I've always been a believer in doing what the book says. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Right.
So I'm going to put that down. Now, this is when you can be cutting your cardstock to size. I've also got some of my foil. Now, you will be getting a roll of foil in yours. This is one of mine from my own little crafty stash. And all we're going to do is wait for, and we always joke, can you do it for me? Because you can do it better.
I'm ready!
Exactly. And we're ready now to use this. So I'm going to remove the top plate. I'm going to bring in my foil. Now, foil on hot foiling machines should always be face down onto your metal die. And then we're going to bring in the cardstock. I always have a little rough feel around this. Now, again, just be aware, it is a warm machine. It is, it's quite hot, so just be aware of that. Now, it's already done the countdown, so I don't need to do anything else apart from slide it out. Now, there is little kinetic, little connections there. I'll talk about those in a second. But what you're going to do is bring it through your Gemini machine. Now, there's options. This is the G2, and as we know, the G2 has got the optical sensor running along the full length of the mouth of the machine. So now, for anybody who's got a G2, you do not have to get an extender plate. Anybody who's got the the original A4 machine, you're going to need the extender plate, which I can see Ben's wafted away over there. We'll come to that in a second. Can you see that it's gone red on my display machine? So it's gone red because obviously I've removed this out. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you is don't be tempted because there's an handle to pick up like that. You'll break the connections, you'll break this on the docking, we're going to call it the docking bay. And what you want to do is just slip it in and slip it out. Never ever pick up like that. If you pick up like that, you are going to break your machine. And the last thing you want to do is break it. Now, I'm just going to bring this up for a second and do that reveal because Jamie, I know, said he's never seen this before. So I'm going to show you, Jamie, why you need a foil press in your machine, when you're live.
Boom.
And look at the foiling. Now, this is why this machine is it's a leading hot foiling machine that's out there on the market, and because it gives you results like that.
Yeah.
You trim that down, you've got a beautiful backing piece.
Nice.
Now, we talked about as well the waste.
There's not though.
There's no such thing as waste. Look at all that beautiful foil that's still on there that you can then use. And I'll show you, because I know Craig does this a lot, but it's just worth to refresh your memory. Did you hear the beep?
I'm ready.
It's ready. It's ready for me to go. What I don't want though is the metal die now.
No.
So I'm just going to use my deploy my magnetic tweezers.
Yeah.
Pick that up. Don't forget that is red hot. So you're going to pop that down onto your cooling mat, and that then is going to cool down, and that will be then ready to use again. Now, we heard it beep. Now, this is slightly different. Excuse me.
Just whilst Debbie's getting a drink, lots of you loving the show so far. Stephanie's joined us. Also, hi to Sandra, who's in, saying hi to us. My Foilpress will come back out, she says, to play when Santa brings me my G2 next week. Hubby's got a proper big white beard and hair. Yeah, if you've got the G2, as Debbie's already talked about, you're good to go, because it will read those plates. If you've got your Gemini Junior, again, it will run straight through for you. If you are thinking about getting the Foilpress and you've got the original Gemini, you will need that top plate extender, which we've got in stock for you as well, on a brilliant deal as part of the winter sale. Right, Debbie.
Yes. So I've just altered me setting on it. I've just moved it up to about 50 seconds. This is a little bit of trial and error, this one, when you're using your waist. So I've just taken it up to 50 seconds on there. Now, I am going to pop my foil. Now, again, you're probably thinking, Debbie, what are you doing? You pop it down. So it's always face down. But I want it to go into some cardstock. So I'm going to bring in my cardstock. Now, I've got some matte black cardstock again, so I can show you what we call the original way to use it and then the waist way to use it. But there's no metal die in there now, so we need to make sure that we've got the right shims in.
Yeah.
I've always got a couple of pieces. This is just multi-purpose cardstock. You can see I use it. It's been used multiple times, and it's just what I call for a little bit of waste, and that's just to catch any of the excess foil. And I'm also using a very, very, very old magnetic shim from the Gemini Junior. Super old, and I'm going to put that onto the top, and these are just shims that we're popping on there. Now I am going to bring back in the top plates, and what we want to do now is warm up that foil, which I know you think sounds bizarre when we're doing this. I'm just going to press that start button to get that countdown started. It's counting down for you, but what we want to do is get all of that warmth from that plate warming into the foil, ready with the pressure of the machine that it runs through to actually take that waste and deploy it on, well, I said deploy it, but pop it onto that other piece of cardstock. That's the way it's intended with the foil stamp die, and that's the way that it was intended. But with anything, everything is just, there's no such thing as waste in this world.
And you know, you were talking earlier on, so if people have got like their standard thin dies,
yes.
If I'm using one of those, for example, once I've then used it to foil, can I then still take it back and use it as a standard die after that?
Yeah, of course you can.
You can, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So I think people worry about that, thinking, oh, I can't use my dies, because then once I've used them, I then won't be able to use them as a die cutting die
absolutely
again.
fine, no, absolutely fine. You heard it?
I'm ready.
Yes, he is indeed. And again, all I'm going to do is just slide, I'm going to literally just take it off by sliding that out. What I don't want to do is, like I said, put it under any unnecessary pressure. I don't want to be breaking any of those things. This is really refreshing for me, putting it through the G2. I absolutely love it. I've always used my Gemini Junior when I've been hot foiling. So to actually be able to now not have to mess about changing machines, absolutely, that's the kind of thing that it does. The G2 is absolutely phenomenal for that.
Yeah.
Now, when I bring all of these plates off, what you'll see now is, and I can just bring all of my little platforms off. If we take this off now, what you've got, and it's worth doing this, and it's worth having a practice, but the only little bit of waste is up at the top. I'm not bothered about that, because what it's done for me is it's actually got the waste that's been transferred from that original design.
It's like positive and negative, isn't
positive and negative. And every single time you do it, it looks absolutely sensational. You just need to remember with this one that you need those extra shims in there to lift, because there's no metal die in there. The metal die is for that bit. When it comes to the waste, you just need to remember shims. So it's a couple of, so your cardstock that you're going on to, a couple of extra pieces of cardstock, so 300 GSM, about 600 GSM on top of that, and then your magnetic shim, your top plate, and you're good to go. And it, every time, it never fails to amaze me when we do this, because it looks absolutely incredible, and I really do mean that. Hot foiling is probably one of the most trickiest ones to do, but you don't have to worry, because this does it all for you. In a second, I'll show you how to use a foil stamp and die cut. I'll show you the difference. But doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous when you do that? It's absolutely, it's just brilliant, Ben. I love it.
Listen, we've got some lovely comments coming through, but I would urge you, remember, we're only here, we're going to take a short break in just a second, but we're only here for the hour. If you have any questions, please fire them in. And, you know, I'm looking at not you specifically, Teresa, whose message, but people like Teresa who say, Teresa, all the questions from you, please. No, but you say, hi, Ben and Debbie, I've got my Foilpress back with the new G2, and yes, I'm afraid to open it and use it, so I am one of those. Teresa, I'm not putting the pressure on you, but if you are someone like Teresa and you've got yours and you've not opened up the box, what's stopping you from opening it? What's the thing that you're afraid about? Let us know what that is so that we can then tackle that. We can talk about that. We can show you what you need to do so that you can open it and enjoy it. Because the worst thing for me is that you've bought a Foilpress and then you never open the box. You've got to get it out and have a play with it. So what is it that you're scared about? Let us know. And we'll show you, hopefully, how easy it is to use. Hi also to Paul Print ×4, who joins us from South Carolina, and Beverly Bryant, who's in Canada. Betty Weaver's joined us in Idaho. And Denise says, good morning from Virginia to Ben, Debbie and crew, and all of my crafty friends. Hi also to Stephanie. And Wanda, who says, good morning all from Lewiston, Idaho. What a trooper Debbie is. Yes. Got the Foilpress and the G2 bundle on birthday week. I made myself get it all up and running. There you go. Lots of videos on it, so it was easy, says Wanda. I drag it out and practice when I don't have a project in the works. I also keep notes like Craig suggested. It adds a whole new level to my creations. That's the positive attitude that we want. Get yours out. Check out all the videos that are on the YouTube page. Just sign to the Crafters Companion page. Type in Foilpress and you'll find loads, but more importantly than that, ask the questions right now with us so we can get all of those problems ironed out for you so that you can enjoy your Foilpress machine. We are going to take a short break. Remember, if you're in the US, you can pick this up for just $88. There are a few of the Foilpress dies available for you as well on the website right now, so have a look for those if you want to stock up on those for your Foilpress, and we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes time with the second half of your Crafty Stash Foilpress show.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the product.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special, 100%, it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much.
Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Moseby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
Lots of love for the demos coming in. Thank you, Lois. She says that is beautiful. Love that die, says Stephanie. It's one of the most beautiful, I think, isn't it, as far as like the background foil press dies are concerned. Hi to Caroline Handy, says hi again, everyone. And Stephen Nicole says, afternoon, everyone. I have a foil press, but a bit scared to use it. What's all the fear for, everybody? Fire the questions in. Come on, let's ask what you're scared about. Why are you not getting yours out of the box? Let us know, and in the next 25 minutes we can hopefully get at least a few of you opening up your boxes and having a play. Because what's the point in buying a brilliant machine like the Foilpress if you then don't use it? So fire the questions in, and like we've said, if you have yours already, be more Wanda, is what I would say. Like Wanda said, she got her G2 and the Foilpress, and then she went on to our YouTube page, checked out all the videos there, and then started having a play, and now she's using hers. So if you're not going to ask us questions here, at least do that and make it your New Year's resolution to get yours out of the box. If you are looking for things to use with your Foilpress, here you go. We've now, and this is where again it gets a little bit confusing, so the names of these. So the foil stamps that we have, if you like, are the ones that are going to give you that beautiful foiled effect. The foil stamp cut dies are the ones which will give you that beautiful foil, and they will die cut that aperture for you as well. So those are kind of like multifunctional, and you can tell what each one does because the colours are slightly different. So here your dark grey, $24.99 or $29.99 is your price, what you should be paying. However, the platinum price, $5.99 or $7.19. That is for your Normandy. We've then got the Moulin. Said that correctly. Guys in the gallery going there. Next one we've got coming up is the Moulins. It's Moulin. 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 $24.99 or $29.99. Again, this one is going to give you that beautiful, foiled effect, and then that die cut as well. And again, the prices on these are just incredible. Dip your toe in the water and give these a go. $5.99 or $7.19 is your platinum price. And the last one in this set is your Bretagne. Not, once you've shown the Bretagne, we'll go over to Debby for a demo. That's what they say to the guy. Bretagne. This is the Bretagne. border and corner die set. So again, this one is going to give you that beautiful foiled finish on that stunning border, and then you've got that lovely corner frame as well. Just so super elegant, and whatever colour foil you're using, these are just going to look amazing. Look at the saving you're making there again, £15, $16.
Price is really good on that because that's quite a substantial.
It is.
This is just one of them. Let me just show you. That's that one.
Yeah.
It's quite a substantial one, and then the corner piece, wherever I've propped it down. I'm going to show you how you can foil ribbon and things like that with that one.
Yeah.
What I'm going to talk about next, though, Ben, is these.
Which one's that?
This is the, is it the Normandy? You're right.
Yes.
The Normandy.
Normandy.
We should stop calling them all these fancy names. Now, this
Well,
is...
they don't in the gallery. Britannia.
This is a foil stamp and cut die. So this actually foils, like you've just seen me do with this one. It foils, but the additional thing that this does is it die cuts at the same time. Now this is when you have to change everything up. So the metal shim that you have in your box, going to get out.
Yep.
Now I've already popped mine onto here. I've left mine plugged in so it's all warmed up and everything and ready to go. Now what you're looking at when you come down to this is, don't chuck your book up floor, Debbie, for goodness sake. Hang on a minute, come back to this one. You've got your book here that talks down. The section that we're looking at is we're not looking at that one anymore. We're looking at this one. We're looking at the material. Now I'm going to be using a mirror card, which is a coated cardstock.
Yeah.
I've got my foil all cut. But what we're looking at is, what size die is this? Well, instantly, as I look at it, it's roughly two-thirds of that.
Yeah.
So we class it as a medium one. So when you look at this now, the medium section, so we're going into that middle one, and we're still on roughly, I mean, it's a little less than, it's about is it about 260, 280? 240? I can never remember with foil card.
I think it's about that, yeah.
Yeah, so what else I'm going to do is, because there is a little section on here about mirror card.
Yeah.
And it says on here it wants to be on the low setting, which can we drop the L again, guys, just for a second? Thank you. I've got it on the low setting, it's lit up at green. And then I'm coming across here at the mirror card. It says on that low setting, but it says now 45 seconds. So we're going to come in and we're going to put that up to 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Straight away, go up to that 45. And there's a thing that we talk about, which is overfoiling and underfoiling.
Yeah.
And I'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll see how this one goes on. Now, with anything, you need to protect this because this is going to die cut at the same time. So we're going to pop that on, and then we're going to put the top plate back over the top of that, and then we're going to press that start button, and that start button then gets working. Now this now is heating up metal, metal, and onto the top. Now this is I haven't pressed start, Debbie, you dafty. I'm thinking I didn't hear it beep. Always trap. I will tell you now, I highly recommend it. Craig will tell you the same thing. Use your top plate every single time.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep that heat
It makes sense, doesn't
focused
it?
onto the die.
Yeah.
If you take that off, it's going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's dispersing everywhere. So which is why whenever I used to train, because I used to train everybody in store with the foil press, I told them, you know, follow it how it says in the book. This is my top tip I will always give you. Craig will always tell you as well. You may see other people not do that, but my own personal opinion is each and every single time you do this and you're warming that die up, put that top plate on there. It really is, well, it's worth it because you'll see the difference. And also bear in mind where you sat. So Jamie's put the fan on for me again, bless him. He's just said it's ready. I'll actually show you. He had the fan on me, but I've had to turn it away because cold air onto there will affect the timings, so just bear that in mind as well.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to pop down my foil. It's exactly the same. The colour, the pretty side, goes face down onto the top of the die. I'm going to bring in my mirror cardstock and I'm going to put that over the top. Now, this is when I bring in an additional metal shim. This is a well-loved metal shim from the Gemini Junior, and I'm going to put that onto the top and then pop my top plate back over. We're going to slide that out again, and then we're going to pop that in to our foil press machine, into our Gemini machine.
Yeah.
Let the sensors pick it up. Oh, I nearly took my fingers with it then.
Oh,
I got
yeah,
stuck under the handle. Don't be doing that. Let that come out the other. Don't be doing that. No, definitely don't be doing that. And again, I'm just going to warm this up just for a second. But take all of that off. take and this you can use for other things as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw mine in the bin, but it die cuts as well. So this is where I just need to, what do I need to tap it actually? What I needed to tap it. Now, I will tell you this is warm, and really, what I should have done,
How warm does it get?
I know, I can touch them, but people have got heat. Some people are more sensitive to heat than others.
Okay.
And I'm quite okay at doing that. But I just want you to remember that, guys, it is hot, so bear that in mind. And the same applies to this. Your plate on here, you need to take off as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be grabbing hold of that because that has got all those 9 heat sensors over there. Just drop that down to cool off as well. Use your tweezers. Get into the habit of using your tweezers. Do as I say, not as I do.
That's it.
Now, when I take this off, and I peel that back, you've got that beautiful foiling that's been embossed into that gorgeous design, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It really looks beautiful. I've used a hot pink that's gone into there. Now, again, your waste, there's no such thing as waste. You could be popping that onto another piece of cardstock. Is that being frugal, Debbie? Yeah, too frugal, girl. What are you doing? Let's use one of those. It's exactly the same. We're going to pop that down, line that back up. And just smooth that out. I'm going to pop that onto there. I'm going to do exactly the same with the shims, 2 shims. Metal. Not metal, magnetic. Pop that on. I need to warm it up, so we'll start that button up again. And I love that onto mirror card. You can do it onto glitter cardstock. You can see that beautiful pink running through there. It looks like you've taken an alcohol ink pen and gone into those nooks and crannies, but you haven't. You can go onto any sorts of materials with these.
Yeah, and when you say any sorts of materials, I mean, we are talking like, it will go into like sort of faux leathers, onto ribbon,
leathers,
balsa wood.
Balsa wood, Essien, acetate. I've got some acetate in there, I'll try that one. Got some ribbon, I'll try that as well. I know we're on like 20 minutes and counting, but it doesn't matter. We'll show you as much as we can in this hour.
And did you say for like T-shirts, if you wanted?
T-shirts,
denim?
bags, denim, anything. You can foil onto absolutely anything. The other thing you need to remember is that it's not a permanent one when you're moving into materials. So just be careful, don't stick them in the wash. It's more of a decoration thing than anything. I heard someone say in my ear, I'm ready. We're going to slide that out. We're going to run that through the Gemini again. Let that Gemini do the work for you. Let the sensor pick it up. Once the sensor picks it up, let it run through there. And then you've got the waste bit that's been transferred on. And then what you also can do then, Ben, is let's take all of that off. Let's move that to one side. And if I just peel that back, because there's still that carrier sheet, I've now got this that's being beautifully foiled onto there. Really? And what you can also do then is take your die, go over the top, line that back over. Shall we do it?
Do it.
Shall we do it? Let's do it. Let me grab a piece of low-tack tape to hold it in place. And then we'll run it through our Gemini, because then you can use that. So you've now got like your 2 for the price of 1 in there, which I just think it's incredible. It really is. I'm just going to hold that down. And then you treat this as a normal metal die. So the normal metal die combination, of course, with your G2. Let's get all my plates. Dear me, I think I've got every plate under sun here from G2 to OG. Oh my days. We'll just run it through.
Pick a plate, any plate.
I know, pick a plate, any plate. Let's just go in there. Oh my God, look at all these. Look at this. We've got so many plates. Where the heck you think all these come from? I'm just going to use that one. It'll be fine. That's the thing, though. If you've got the older plates, you can do. And you can use your older plates into there. Because the white's showing through with the magnetic acts as that, the sensor needs. And then when you just take that off, and as long as it didn't move, and I don't think it did, might move just a tad, but it's okay. Let's take that off, and then just give that a little tap to release it.
Gorgeous, that.
And your waste.
Yeah.
And your waste isn't your waste. Look at that, from 2 pieces. And that's what it's been done, which has been pushing the foil into there. Oh, sorry, Jamie. And then the waste onto some cardstock, and then run the die through over it to create another piece. So look at that. From that one die, you've been able to create 2 different pieces there. Absolutely fabulous. It really is.
Yeah, super. So many lovely comments going through as well. Hi to Kirsty D, says, I love using my foil press with decorative frames and nesting dies. It gives them a little something extra. And that's the thing, when you've got your foil press, you've got the ability to create that beautiful, professional, hot foil effect really, really simply and easily. I like to foil the large CC sentiment, says Rosalind. Just have to get the right mat pressure. Stephanie says, yes, Ben, one foil press out and used, a second foil press in box for if my original ever fails. I'm liking that. Belt and braces, Stephanie, that's the way to go.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I got two.
Yeah.
I bought one when they first came out, and then I bought one in the sale because I wanted to make sure if anything happened to me foil press, I had a backup plan. So yeah, that's exactly what I did.
I got it when it first launched in the US, says Stephanie. Peggy says, good morning all from beautiful Minnesota. And Stephanie says, I have a tip. One of the Christmas cards I made had overfoiled in a few areas. I used gilding flakes to cover it up.
Oh, I like that.
I suppose if you've got the same colour, then why not? That is your option.
Great idea.
Right there. Don't forget as well, if you have got your foil press machine already, we do have a few of the foil stamp dies on the show available for you. We've also got accessories too, little things like the finger grips if you need more of, the shims, the cooling mat, and also just to bear in mind as well, this one here, your extender plate, that is available for you. So like we've been talking about, if you've got the Gemini Junior, you're good to go. If you've got the Gemini 2, you're good to go. If you've got the Gemini Gemini Original, you will need your extender plate, all right? So that you will need to pop in. Grab it today, for goodness sake. Don't pay £15 or $20. Pay £3.19 today. £3.19! Of 426.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is. And again, do you know what? Might be worth just getting a couple of those just in case. But you will definitely need that if you're working with your standard Gemini. Other things to show you was the Britannia. This is what we're going to have a quick look at just now. This is the border and corner 2 die set. And the price is just phenomenal again. $14.99 or $15.99 becomes £3.59 or $3.83. As a few of you probably know, I went out in between shows. I got a meal deal from the supermarket, which cost me more money than the price that you'll be paying today for that foil stamp die set, the Britannia. I've just realised we've got like 10 minutes left on the show. So this is your final call, people. Final call for any questions or anything that you want to see. Speak now or forever hold your foil press. Right, are we going to look at that, Britannia?
Well, I'm going to show you like things, different materials. So I've done some cardstock. You can go on to glitter cardstock with everything that I've shown you. Papers, pattern papers, linen cardstock, textured cardstock. You can do all those kind of things. You can move into fabrics. I've just snipped a little bit, I've pinched it out of Craig's box, a little bit of satin ribbon. Now, in your book again, and I'm going back to this one, which is that Britannia.
Yeah.
It's a foil stamp die, so we're going back up to that top section of the book. Now, the argument here is, what size die is that? Because if you put it on your plate this way, it's only filling a third. If you're filling it that way, it fills 2/3.
Yeah.
Is it small or is it medium?
That is the question.
This is when you have to start doing a little bit of work. And I've locked satin ribbon, and I've got a small die and a medium die, so it says between 5 and 10. So usually the average there is work out the 7, 8 maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll try that. So I'm just going to reset this one. I'm going to go up to, I think I'm going to go to 8, I'm going to 9 actually, just to be on the safe side. Going to pop that down. I'm going to then pop that on the top, press the start button, do the countdown. Now this is when you have to be a little bit on the quick side because foil's already cut, ribbon's already out, and we're ready to go. So take that off, it's already beeped. That means it's right temperature, it means it's set pretty side down. Now again, when you're feeling for things, just make sure, I'm just going to try and make sure I've got my ribbon lined up in the right place. That looks about right. It won't matter if it's a give or take 2 out. Pull that out again so it's a slide out, and then you run that through your machine.
Just a question, you might not be able to answer, but you might be able to sort of be generic on this. So Christina, and we know we haven't got any available on the website, is asking about other brands of foil potentially that you could buy. Have you got any hints and tips on that? And what kind of foil are we looking out for? Because again, there's different types, isn't there?
The one that works with hot foiling. So cold, do the cold foil. Cold foil won't work. It's made up slightly differently.
Yeah.
So any of the machines that are out there that use hot foil, you can use theirs as well.
Right.
Onto there. We just had our own our own foils that were developed.
But any hot foil
Any hot
foil
foiling
is fine?
foil, yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
Right, so we'll do the reveal on this one. We'll pull that back,
Yeah.
and then look at that.
Oh,
and
yes.
it looks, honestly, and again, don't waste that. Do what I've just shown you and use that on the waist. But look how beautiful
So you
that
can
looks.
foil your napkins for Christmas this year?
So yeah, napkins, you could do, should we do a napkin? Because I think I've seen a napkin in here.
I'll ask us whilst you're looking as well. Now the questions are coming in. I knew this would happen. Joe's wondering whether or not we've got a regular cutting die we could show how to foil.
I have actually. I was looking for the Kingfisher, but I don't think Jake heard me.
Okay.
So I found one of these. I think it's a Sarah one. So
Okay.
I'll show you how to do
that
just
for
a
the end.
regular thin metal die. I'm not sure it's going to work because I've not used that one before. I might have a little look through Craig's box in a second, but I'll definitely do that before we finish.
Okay.
The napkin. Shall we do it the same? Shall we do it with that
why
bit?
not?
Wherever point, there it is. I'm going to keep it because napkins. It's a bit naturally. Do you know what? I think I might not. I might lower it. Yeah, because it's a tissue paper. Yeah, I think I might just lower it down a couple of seconds.
Okay.
I'm just going to pop that back into place and get my top plate, pop that on, and then set that start button running. This is when sometimes things that you haven't got in there, a little bit of trial and error. Oops. Too busy talking. I haven't got my foil ready. I'll use my spare bit. It beat. It's ready. We're going to pop that foil over the top, and I think I might just get away with that one. And I'm just going to put that over the top. Now, it might need a shim. I'm going to try it without.
Okay.
And I can always come back to that because it could just need that extra piece of GSM, like a 300 GSM over the top. I'm going to try it without and see. You do work out, and this is why Craig tells you, and in the back of your book you do have a note section, and in your back of your, this is where you'd write all your notes. So anything that you want to do, like tie-ins, ribbons, things that you haven't got in the book, I would absolutely do those as well. So let's just have a little look and see if that's worked. So this is just a regular.
Not too shabby, that.
No, for me that's perfect. And that was set to 7 seconds. So you could be foil pressing all of your napkins. Maybe wrap your knife and fork up in there.
I like that.
Got
Very
Christmas
posh.
dinner and pop those on and onto your place setting.
That's quite Christmassy, that as well.
Would look. Yeah, a bit of red and gold there.
Yeah.
So yes, right. I'm going to get ready for the non-foiling foil dies. I'll get ready for that and try that one while we're here.
That's what Joey's after. I think pretty much if you've got a question, fire it in now. We might get a chance to answer it, but I think this will be the kind of last sort of demonstration as far as the show's concerned. Beautiful ribbon, Debbie, says Stephanie. And Sandra says, if you use glitter and no foil, it also, if you use glitter card and no foil, it also gives a good effect. Stephanie Fields just saying fancy, very fancy pants, that last demo as well. And this is the point as well, as you'll see here with Debbie, if you've got like a load of dies in your collection at home that potentially you don't use for whatever reason, I always feel like the foil press is a great way to be able to breathe new life into those as well. So, you know, get those ones out, have a play with them. You'll see how easy it is to foil with Debbie in just a few moments time. But this is the bundle you're going for, only available sadly in the US for our UK viewers. Apologies there, but you get your machine, you get your top plate included. Of course, you're going to get the foiling platform, metal shim, your cooling mat. You've got those magnetic tweezers that Debbie's been using. You've got your cooling finger grips there as well. Plus we give you one foil roll, all right, gold here. We've got 2 foil stamp and cut dies, 3 foil stamp dies, and then everything you need as far as your matrix is concerned and your instruction manual. So actually, when we say everything is there, oh no you do, because you've got your 3 dies here and then your 2 there. So you're getting 5 items to play with, plus everything that you will need. And like we said, if you're getting this today and you use the original Gemini, add that top plate, extender plate into your basket as well for about an extra, I think it was £3, wasn't it? All right, last sort of 3 or 4 minutes. So this is a regular die, Debbie, that we're now going to foil.
Yeah, and with regular dies, you've just got to try and work out, excuse me, I can hear it breaking. I feel like it's coming back. Getting really excited then. You just got to try and work out how much. Now it's not foil die, so you're not going to need as much as you would do. And when you're looking at this, you're probably thinking this is quite a large die.
Yeah.
However, I'm just going to pop that into the centre. I'm going to put the top sheet, the top plate onto the top. I'm going to take it to about, I think I'm going to go to about 20 seconds, 25 seconds. I think that should be enough to cover that. Pop that down. I've got my cardstock ready. I'm being really frugal. I've literally took the last bit of foil off one of my rolls. I know it's sad when one of them goes. Wait for that countdown to happen. And this is when, in the back of your book on your notes section, this is when you would be writing your notes for particular dies, some smaller, some bigger. Just work that out, because there isn't anything really in there that gives you that guide to time-wise. So this could be a bit trial and error, but it's exactly the same way that you would do it, where you're going to put your foil over the top of the die, pretty side down, cardstock onto the top. We're going to then pop the top plate on the top, slide that out and run that through.
Amazing to think that a die as intricate as this is going to foil.
And you're probably thinking, oh my God, why did she not put the metal sheet down? Because it's going to cut into it. Because I talked about and this is where people get a little bit frightened, a little bit confused. But it's about knowing that, of course, this isn't a foil die. We're just using it for decoration.
Oh my
And there you go. So all of your metal die, shall we do that, Jamie? Shall we do that one? When you look at that now, that's a regular die cutting die, and you can foil all of your dies that you own, and if you're anything like me, you'll have got thousands of them. So, and you will have, you can turn every single die that you own into foiling. So I've shown you how to use the foil stamp once. I've shown you how to use the waste, because that's the positive and the negative that you get in there. I've shown you how to do the foil stamp and cut. And then, of course, with the waste, use the waste. Don't waste anything at all. I've shown you how to pop it onto some satin ribbon. I've shown you how you popped it onto some beautiful napkins, and then I've just shown you how to use a regular thin metal cutting die and popping that onto there as well, and giving you just a few little tips. I know we've had extended ones before where we've had 2 hour shows with our Craig. We've got tons of tuition. Just type into YouTube Foilpress. It'll probably be all of Craig, because Craig's been our Foilpress king now for the last few years. But the more, I promise you, more than get that box out, get it out and start foiling, and just don't be frightened of it. It's a wonderful machine that can create the most beautiful things. And I did see those gorgeous Christmas cards that our lovely viewer told us about earlier. She shared a picture on, I think it was I'm a Crafter's Companion. My God, they look beautiful. And can you imagine going to a shop and buying foiling like that? It'd cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah,
this machine, once you put that initial outlay, it's there forever. And it will just continue to give you hours and hours of foiling fun.
Brilliant. I mean, pretty much, I think most things covered off there in that hour. Thank you so much to Debbie. Thank you as well to you guys. Stephanie says, now I need to go out and get some paper-coloured napkins. Caroline says, I've just started wrapping presents whilst using my festive bows that I got free when they were given out as a freebie during the 12 days of Christmas. They are brilliant, I have to say. And Stephanie Theodos just wraps the show up very nicely with one word: wow. I think that is the word, isn't it? Wow. Don't forget, the Foilpress available for you if you are in the US. We've got all of your accessories too if you need to kind of stock up on those. And of course, it's a limited amount of those foil stamped dies available on the website for you too. Thank you so much to Debbie. That hour did fly over. We will be back in just a couple of hours with the official launch of our winter sale. So many goodies already on the website for you, up to 75% off. We will bring you some of our top picks in that show. Until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you in a bit. Bye for now.